Hello friends, and welcome to layout update number 27. In this update I'm going to show you the things which I've done to the layout since the last update, a couple of new items I've got, and a big announcement from Lionel. You guys might be thinking it's the Niagara, but I'm sure everybody knows about that. This is something a little bit different. So let's just jump right into it. What you're looking at right here is a flat by Corber, which my buddy Alex was kind enough to build for me. It's going to go on the back wall over in that section. Probably going to be right between those two windows, and there's another flat which I'd like to put between the TV and that window right there over by where the subway is going to go. So that's the first item which is new to the layout. Now, a couple of things which have changed on the layout is, if you guys remember, in the back over here I had the Menards power factory, and I've changed that. I just was not happy with the way it was coming out. So what I've done is I've made a siding. It's not complete yet, but you can see some track going, and it goes the entire length of the back of the layout, and it comes out over in that section right there. When we get to the other side of the layout, I'll show you that. Here, what I've done in the UP yard right there is I decided to make that into a parking lot. I had this building over there, but it just got way too crowded. So I wanted to make that into a little bit less crowded area with a parking lot. We're gonna go over there in just a second, but those are a couple of changes. Now, one of the big changes which you can't see is the entire layout's been rewired. Underneath, I had things daisy chained, and that just wasn't working out because with the MTH trains, they really don't like that. So now I have no problem running any MTH trains, which I have, and as you can see, I've got one on the track right there. That engine was not running at all before, and now it runs terrific. So moving back over here to the parking lot, you guys can see I've got some I got a bus, I've got some tractor trailers, and that's gonna be, like I said, I'll paint that, make it into like a parking lot, and that chain link fence there, I haven't decided if I want to make that an opening in the back or just close it off so that way it's blocked off from the Hershey factory. Still working on that idea, not sure. That bridge back there, that's an idea. I'm gonna see if I can make it work. I don't know yet. It seems like there's a little bit of an incline. It might be hard to see in the video, but I might be able to get the track raised just enough to make it work, because I think it's a cool effect right there with the Yankee Stadium in the background. Not sure if that's going to stay there either yet, but that's what I'm working on in that section. On the farm, I just went to York, and I've got a few new items which I'm going to put on the farm scene. For example, I got some new sunflowers which I'm going to plant, and I think that'll fill that section up. I liked it being empty for a while, but I wanted to put some more in there, and I think it's going to end up looking pretty good. Another thing which I'm going to do is this house is going to come off. I can't seem to make this work. I don't want the layout to be cluttered, so this house is definitely going to come off, and I'm leaning towards the Woodland Scenics old homestead house. Another thing which is probably going to get moved is this grain silo. I love it. It's really big. It's nice. It breaks up the layout pretty good, but what I'm thinking about doing is back in that section over there where I made the siding is building a mountain, and then maybe having this on the ledge by the window over there, along with some other items to make it look a little bit more Western, I guess is the best way to describe it. Eventually this whole wall right here is going to have a backdrop on it. Have not decided which one yet, but I've got a couple in mind from Backdrop Warehouse. If you guys haven't seen their website, you should check it out. They got a lot of nice stuff on there. So moving along, another big change which I made was back here. If you guys remember, in one of the last updates, I had a battleship there. Again, I could not make it work. As hard as I tried, the scale wasn't right, and it just started to bother me. So what I'm going to try to do is turn this into a military base. I've got a few cars here. I picked up a half-track, a United States half-track from World War II at York yesterday. So I'm going to put that on there, see how it comes out. Hopefully that'll look good. And a couple of new items, it's going to be hard from the angle where I am, are these UP flat cars with the bulk tanner on the back. And this is my first LionChief engine. Since the Halloween Town is something I've been working on for a long time and I enjoy it a lot, I decided to pick up the LionChief Halloween Mikado. And I got to tell you guys, they really did a nice job on this with all the detail. If you have the means to get one, I would say get one. I'll have it running on another update, just not right now because track is not finished in certain spots. Like right here, you can see that there's no track. And also down there, some of the tracks are not connected yet. So I'm really not running trains right now. I have the ability to run trains, but I'm just not doing it because I want to get all the tracks back and connected. And you can actually see I've got a screwdriver sitting by the switch over there. So no trains are running just now. Hopefully I'll get this done today, get trains running again by the end of the night. Lastly, actually let's say second to last, another engine which I picked up was the Southern Pacific AC-9. I had it running a little bit, and all I can say is, wow, this engine is huge. It's very nice. The detail is terrific. Forgive the drill and all the other things which are on the layout, but as construction goes, things are going to get in the way. It's a great engine. The one feature which I really like is most of the whistle smoke, they have, say, like a little hole, and the hole comes out, so it simulates that it's actually coming through the whistle. This one, if you can see here, there's a hole in the whistle, and the smoke actually comes out of there. It's a great feature that Lionel has come out with. So that's really what's going on with the layout. It's actually starting to come together, and it's starting to take shape, and I really like the changes which I've made. It's going to make it a lot less cluttered and a little bit more accurate. Now, the one announcement which I was going to tell you guys is if any of you have gone on UP's website lately, they have just released their 16th commemorative engine, and it's the 1943. I'm going to show you a picture of what it looks like on my cell phone. There you go. And this is a tribute to all the troops served, those that have lost their lives, every troop in the United States. And the reason that they have done this is they're honoring, like I said, all of our troops, but each section of the engine has a meaning. For example, right here, that is in recognition of the Coast Guard. The gray, where the UP flag is in recognition of the Navy. And in the back, let's see if I can change. Well, here's the nose art. And that's in recognition of the Strategic Air Command during World War II. There we go, there's a nice shot of it. And the back, the colors here, are in recognition of the Marines and the Army. On the back of the engine, you can also see the POW and MIA symbol. Now, I'm not going to give you guys a whole long history of this engine, but a brief history is during World War II, the Union Pacific workers were the first to actually have money taken out of their paychecks to go towards war bonds, and they had a B-17 named after them. And on the front, the nose art, it was called the Spirit of the Union Pacific. So this engine is something which, to me, I think is outstanding that the Union Pacific is doing. And the announcement that I wanted to let you know is when I was at York the other day, I was able to speak with some of the representatives from Lionel, and they told me to let everybody know that this engine is going to be produced, and it will be in the next catalog in January. So if you guys are UP fans like me, I highly recommend getting one. I will be ordering one as soon as it's available, but I figured I'd share that with you guys. I hope you've enjoyed this update. Please comment below. I want to welcome all my new subscribers. Thank you guys for all the comments always, and enjoy the rest of this weekend.